This is my 2005 Saab 9.5 Aero. It's fully loaded, has every available option, and apparently it's actually really rare. It's got navigation, backup sensors, bi-xenon headlights, what else? Vented seats, heated front and back seats. Yeah, it's got pretty much everything. Harman Kardon sound system with 9 speakers, subwoofers, full touch screen. Gets great gas mileage, 2.3 liter high output turbo. And yeah, I'm going to show you around the car. There seems to be a lot of renewed interest in these things, probably because Saab's not around anymore and the cars are dirt cheap to buy now, so a lot more people are snatching them up and getting more curious. So if you want to know what it's all about, I will show you everything you would need to know. Now, starting with the rims that came on this car, just the way they've designed the blade to integrate right into the lip of the rim, even though they're 17-inch wheels, they look a lot larger than that. It's a really interesting design. I personally like it. I've had other 17-inch rims on it, and they makes it look like they're 15s or 16s, but these 17s, they look pretty big. The other thing too is the car's a lot lower. The Aero model is 10 millimeters lower than stock, and the stock actually is pretty low if this is only 10 millimeters lower. The front of the car, there's a lot of damage and stuff from the winter because any amount of snow gets picked up, it turns into a snow shovel. But it's kind of interesting that way. If you look, you can see on the curve in the front, Saabs are notorious for being aerodynamic. And if you look around this area here, I'll show you. Right along here, everything's completely rounded off. Yeah, so I mean, the aerodynamics of the car is probably why it's actually pretty impressive on fuel consumption. And to show you the actual how low the car is, we'll use this as a measure. Can't even get my thumb under there. Now, the issue with that is the fact that it makes it really difficult to jack up. You need a very low profile jack in order to jack up the car, and on the passenger side is where the air filter is, which is actually between the fog light and the front tire. So to change the air filter, you have to jack up the car. However, it is a full cold air intake that comes stock from the factory, so there's no need to upgrade it. Now, moving on to the interior, you can see they're deeply bolstered sport seats, and they're perforated leather for the venting fans that are inside. Has side airbags, and actually has memory for 3 different drivers, which controls the mirrors and the seat position, which is really good. You know, and your standard power seat switches here and just under there. Move that a bit. There it is. So yeah, now typical Saab fashion, the actual I guess controls for the power windows and the key, as per usual Saab tradition. It's all in the center console there. Don't mind my camera and everything else that's in there. But yeah, it's a unique Saab design. They've been doing that for a long time. Eventually you do get used to it. Now whenever I get into other cars, the first thing I do, because your hand readily falls right down here. It's not the original reason Saab did this. They only did that because if your key is up here and you have a bunch of stuff hanging off your key and you end up in an accident, you know, it can hit your knee, so they just got this out of the way here. I can't really show you because it's daytime, but when you turn that switch off, there's lights on for the back seats, for the window switches. When you actually turn those switches off, it actually turns the light off on the switch as well, which is a pretty cool feature. And as I was saying, This does have a full touch screen with navigation. There you go. I'm not actually on a road, so it won't show anything. Let's see. And moving over to the steering wheel, got paddle shifters. It's up. Oh, sorry, up, down. Controls on the steering wheel here. The one thing I don't like is the position of the fog light switch. It's actually, can't even see. It's actually here. So when you're actually driving, you can't really see the fog light switch, so you don't really know if it's on or off. Now the rear fog light is just a simple button, and then it shows up in the dash there. Now when you turn the car off, it resets this, so it doesn't automatically turn on. The front fog light switch, it just lights up when it's actually on. However, it stays on, so if you don't remember, then the next time you start the car, the fog lights will be on again. And the vents are internal vents, so you don't actually see slats moving around, but you can basically manipulate these to any position possible that you want. And there are a fair amount. There's 2 here, 1 in the center, and 2 for the passenger. And as you can see, everything is designed for the driver. And then you've got your gauge cluster here, and yes, I have 284,723 kilometers on mine. Not worried about it though. Let's see, what else can I show you? Oh yeah, right. So here's the venting for the seats. And heated seats, so there's 3 stages for each one. Again, once you turn them on, they'll stay on unless you turn them off. So every time you start and stop the car, they'll always be on. And the sport button here, which changes the transmission algorithm and the throttle position. Basically at about a quarter throttle, the car actually, this button will lie to the engine computer and say that you're asking for 50% throttle. So yeah, anyway, and then there's the typical Saab night panel for better night visibility, and a lot of people think it just turns off the lights for the gauges. It doesn't. It actually shuts the gauges off and just leaves the speedometer. So now the reason why where the fuel, temperature, and turbo gauges are, that's because my fuel is a little low, so it will automatically turn that one on and not allow that one to be affected by the night panel mode. Let's see, if I shut the car off, let's see how much it still thinks I have. Yeah, it still shows that I've got low fuel. So yeah, I'm not going to be able to turn that off. But it's a pretty cool feature. And moving to the back seat here. Oh, actually, before we do that, over here it's got like an airplane map light thing. You can just position it wherever you want. It's pretty cool. And yeah, the fasten belts is up at the top. Auto dimming rear view mirror with a built-in compass. And then you've got your sunroof. And in the back seat here, you actually have a pull down, and they also get their own cup holders, which is always convenient. Tiny little storage tray there. And let's see, there is actually a pass-through as well. This is Velcro, so this is Velcro, so this just pulls off, and then behind there you have your pass-through. Now the other thing too is the seats are 60-40 split folding, and the seat bottoms actually pull up as well, so that you can, when you flip the seat down, it's completely and utterly flat. And now the interesting thing is, this side of the seat. When you flip this up, you have a nice, wonderful surprise. You have a little flap here, and you can access gas tank pieces or parts. So you can actually access the inners of the fuel tank if you ever have to replace the sending unit that tells you your fuel level and stuff like that. That's all in there. And on the driver's door, just over here, you've got your trunk release, which I'm going to show you the trunk right now. Well, the trunk is pretty large. Let's see. Saabs are known for providing very large trunks. So, over down here, you've got your 6-disc CD changer. And if you need to replace any lights or anything, it's as easy as that. You just pull out whichever bulb you need and throw a new one in. It's as simple as that. And it's got a tie down here for cargo tie down. And then underneath here is your spare tire. And there's also a Saab tool kit on the underside of there. And there you go, now you can see the pass-through. And this up here is not actually an amp, that's the Onstar system. Yes, even though it's a 2005, it did come with Onstar. It's pretty impressive if you ask me. And there's a lot of fuse boxes and stuff as well, and if you happen to trap someone in here you don't like, you can always, well, they can always try to get out. Then there's a handle. That's it. Now for the engine. Well, typical 4-cylinder. Now what I was saying about the air intake, you can see down there, feeds directly into the fender and goes straight down. So the only way to replace the filter is jack up the car. Anyway, that's a very brief look at the Saab 9.5 Aero, and that's pretty much it. I mean, other than the fact that it's a very unique vehicle, and man is it fast. Yeah, it's comfortable, it's a good family vehicle. So far, for me anyway, it's been extremely reliable. I bought it with 203,000 kilometers on it, and I've got 284, 723 now. Haven't really had any major issues whatsoever. Oh, one other thing I guess I could show is the Saab information display. So it just shows, your distance to empty, fuel economy average, distance driven on the current tank. Arrival time is basically, you can, you also have average speed. I do a lot of highway driving. Speed warning, so it'll beep once you reach that amount of kilometers an hour. There's a built-in alarm clock in case you want to take a nap. Yeah, the date, temperature. Now the distance distance thing, what you would do if you knew the exact distance of where you'd be traveling, you would actually punch that into the system, and then it would actually give you your exact time that you would arrive at your destination. I think it makes more sense using that for one of the vehicles that do not actually have navigation, but since I have navigation, it already tells me when I'm going to arrive, so don't know why they put both. And I've got rain sensing wipers as well, with 3 different levels of sensitivity for the rain sensor. There's no intermittent wipers. It's rain sensor, low and high. That's it. Oh, the glove box is cooled as well. Feeds off the air conditioning unit. And I can't believe I forgot to show the craziest cup holder. Here we go. Many bucks were probably used in regards to designing that thing. And then the other cup holder is this. You just open up the console, and once you have a cup in there, you can't close it. Yeah, so that's great. And underneath here is actually more storage. So it's kind of weird. And there's mat pockets in the front seat, in the front of the front seat as well, and there's mat pockets in the back seats, the back of the front seats. Yeah. But that's pretty much it for this tour. You got your typical mirror lights. I believe there are lights on this side as well, so I can look at myself and be all pretty and everything. Woohoo! And actually dual visors, believe it or not. So you can swing one visor out of the way, swing the other one down, so you can completely cover up everything. It's pretty cool. Yeah, well, there you have it. Saab 9.5 Aero from 2005. It's hard to believe it's that old and that advanced, but that's what Saab was known for. And the other interesting thing, I hardly ever use this, but it's good to know that it's there, is this button here for the mirrors. So basically, when you put the car in reverse and you press this little button right here, once you put the car in reverse and you press that button, it actually moves the passenger mirror down. So press the button, and once you put it in park, then the mirror goes back up to its standard location. So yeah, I mean, back in 2005, most of this stuff was absolutely and completely unheard of. But Saab was doing it, a lot of firsts. And it is a great car overall. Parts are readily available, and I don't really see any reason why, if you're interested in getting one, that you don't just get one. That's about it. Well, anyway, that's my tour of my actual personal daily driving car.